Well, hey, how's my favorite change chasers doing out there? I'm hoping that as you are tuning in that you're just met with that awesome reminder that you are amazing and that you are a change chaser, and so you're living out the title and the theme of every podcast. And so with this, I am wishing you happy day wishes and blessings galore and just a whole bunch of hope. I'll say for believing with you that you are speaking what you seek until you see what you said. I am intentionally going to be trying my best to shorten this episode up this week, y'all, because I'll just be honest. I fear that the last couple of episodes I've gotten a little long winded. I've had a lot of content and all of that kind of thing, but I'm afraid I might have just wore y'all slap out. So I'm hoping that I will be able to still bring some value, but I am intentionally trying to shorten this episode and stay tuned because I will say that in the coming weeks, I have preparation of I have some different people that we're working out on schedules, but we will start having some change chasers that I'll interview and we'll talk through and hear about how they are chasing change and pursuing some personal growth. And I hope it'll encourage you as well. I'm really looking forward to that time with those special folks. And so I will just tell you that I'm really thankful for you guys. It's been a real big joy. People from all over the country have reached out and messaged, and it's just wild and crazy that, I just live right here in Podunk and country is cornbread and all the things, but it sure is a blessing to know that the things that God's having me to put together and pump out there is blessing you. So thanks so much for letting me know that. It is not lost on me. In fact, it's actually quite encouraging. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am really hopeful that today's episode is going to encourage you and maybe even challenge you to level up and have some internal motivation and some gumption to kind of thinking about how you are navigating like your next things, like whatever those are, I should say, and helping you to grow as you go. And so I will just go ahead and say, with that said, today's theme is going to be, what is it that makes someone a champion? And so we're going to talk about the heart of a champion. And so when we think about culturally, it might be like, that's somebody who gets all the medals and the trophies and the spotlight, right? I mean, that seems to be more of the common, like, yeah, they're champions because of X, Y, and Z and all that kind of things. And so, I'll say, yeah, sure, getting all of those things have been nice in life for all of us that have been a competitor in any way, or, you've gotten any kind of award or whatever. But I truly believe that real champions aren't just born, but I believe that they are built. They're not just born, but they're built. Not in stadiums, but in the small, quiet places where hard decisions are made, where failure knocks and growth answers. And so thinking about a champion and the heart of a champion, I think about, too, that a champion is not defined by how many times they win. A champion is defined by someone who keeps getting up, who keeps trying, who keeps giving it their all. Next best foot forward, right? A champion is someone who learns from their failures, maybe every fall, so to speak, and uses the pain and the experience to fuel their future progress. I believe that champions have three things in common, and those three things are vision, growth, and grit. First, vision. Champions don't just see what it is, they see what could be. They believe in more even when no one else does. Isn't that something, right? That's a good little motivator and encourager of thinking, man, sometimes we've got to believe in ourselves even more than somebody else does. Champions understand that growth starts with a mindset. And so maybe the mantra and the embracement of what you can have for that positive self-speech is, hey, I'm not there yet, but I am on my way. Additionally, from vision, we're going to move into the second point of growth. Champions are lifelong learners. They ask questions, they stay curious. They know that every challenge is a classroom and every failure is a teacher. The greatest athletes, leaders, business owners, writers, speakers, parents, grandparents, and difference makers don't stop improving. They know that progress is a daily decision. No matter what age or stage of life you're in, I believe, y'all, that we can have the mindset of being lifelong learners. We can stay curious and be willing to take the next step for whatever it is that you desire to achieve and receive in your own life. And so, my next encouragement point of today's episode, the third one, is grit. Grit. There was an expression when I was growing up, it was real popular, that they created an acrostic and sold the merch and Cracker Barrel. It was girls raised in the South. But I always thought that was kind of clever and cute, but we're not talking about girls raised in the South. This is for the fellas as well. So third, grit. We're just talking about straight up grit, right? Grit and gumption. Champions push through resistance. They don't let fear or failure define them. They let it refine them. Growth is uncomfortable and learning is humbling, but champions welcome that discomfort because they know it's the price of greatness. So that leads me to the question, what about you? And as you're listening to this, I hope that you'll kind of ask yourself that same question. What about me? How does this apply to my life? And so with saying that, I'll meet you right there in the middle of the thought and ask you that maybe you're in a season of stretching. Maybe you're fighting for a dream or trying to bounce back from something that knocked the wind out of you. Here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to keep showing up, y'all. Just keep learning, just keep growing. Because the reality of it is, the heart of a champion beats in everyone who refuses to give up. And if you chase growth, if you embrace the lessons, if you fight forward with faith and resilience, then guess what? You're already a champion. So I hope that makes you smile. It makes me smile as I say it. And I'm actually going to leave you with that encouragement. And I want you to hear me today to say that you, my friend, are already a champion. You're doing great things. I believe that. I have to know that. I mean, you're intentionally spending your time listening to a podcast that is about chasing change and self-growth and having the courage and the faith to level yourself up, right? And to be and to grow and achieve and accomplish your heart's desires and what you feel is your calling. And so I'll say that your intentionality, I believe, is making your life and other people's lives better. So with that, I hope you'll keep shining on, sis, or shine on, bro, for all the fellas listening. Because I don't think that it's by chance that you just so happen to listen to this episode. I think that it's 100% an opportunity for you to hopefully hear some encouragement, or maybe even it's a message straight from the good Lord above about knowing that you've got what it takes and that you do have the heart of a champion. Maybe this message is just for you. If so, then I hope that it hugs your heart and it's just what you needed to hear today. May you, sweet friends, be sweetly reminded and deeply encouraged that you are seen, you are valued, you are heard, you are loved, and you are enough. Don't second guess yourself. You are living with the heart and the strength of a true champion. In closing, I leave you with this thought and hope that you'll let this be your Change Chasers Challenge, or as I like to call it, our C3 time this week. Hopefully you'll ponder on this. Champions don't let fear or failure define them. They let it refine them. Thanks, y'all, for joining me for another episode. I hope that you'll send this one to a friend who might need a powerful reminder that they too are living with the heart of a champion. Let them know that you see them, you celebrate their strength, and that you're cheering them on on their journey. So until next time, let's keep chasing change and living with purpose. Goodbye, sweet friends.